just when you thought the road couldn't get much worse. And that's not the first one.
We brought 3 heavy road-biased motorcycles into a country famous for potholes, dirt roads, mud,
You gonna come here?
mountains.
Don't bring one of those. Well, we've arrived. Alright, so there's the name of the place anyway. Sabai Glamping, isn't it?
They say you should never take a street bike into Laos. They also say you shouldn't travel with people who argue about breakfast. Well, we did both. The plan was simple. Meet at our friend's farm in northern Thailand. Ride to Nong Khai on the Thai side of the Mekong River. Spend one night there enjoying the restaurants and the beautiful walking street. Then cross the border the next day. Be in Laos by lunchtime. That was the entire plan. There were 6 of us, 3 big motorcycles, our 3 Thai wives, and one idea that was already destined for failure. But first, let's introduce the group. Me, BMW S1000XR. I like planning things. I believe preparation avoids problems later. This trip would test that personality flaw. Frenchman number 1, ADV 750 scooter. He prefers late starts, spirited debate, and believes volume improves an argument. Wife number 1, mellow. She is calm, which is useful. Frenchman number 2, Ducati Multistrada 1200. Competitive, strong-willed, uncomfortable with the idea of being second to anywhere. Wife number 2, equally strong.
Gotcha.
Also competitive. This balances nothing.
Arroy. Arroy ma.
My wife, Fon. Friendly, observant, excellent with people. The group's unofficial diplomat. We couldn't have done this trip without her.
How was that? You went a long way.
Long way back?
Yeah, you can see you from here, yeah?
Previously, in episode 1, we left the corrupt border crossing at Nong Khai, Thailand behind us and headed for what we thought were greener pastures. The Thali border crossing was recommended to us by some people who we thought knew what they were talking about. They didn't.
Guys, we've just come from, where did we come from? Loy, yeah? And we've arrived at the Thali immigration checkpoint for the Friendship Bridge to Laos and found that the nationalities that we are, and I'm Australian, we've got a French guy here with us and another one coming soon, cannot go across. So we've got to make it all the way back to Nong Khai. Yes? Nong Khai, yeah?
Yeah, Nong Khai.
I got it right this time, it's not Nong Khai, it's Nong Khai.
So, after a quick group discussion and with our tails firmly between our legs, the decision was made to just accept our fate, turn around and make our way back to Nong Khai, and just pay a border agent to get us and our bikes across without any more hassles. As it turned out, however, the day's dramas hadn't finished messing with us quite yet. Terrible weather, flooded streets, and some bike troubles with the Honda ADV forced an overnight stop we hadn't planned on. But it proved to be a welcome break we all needed anyway. Our return journey began with a series of back roads, each one a test of our bike's suspension and our riding skill. The recent storms had turned many roads into a potholed, muddy mess, and the foreboding black clouds hugging the mountaintops promised yet more rain to come. We just weren't quite prepared for just how much rain was coming.
I don't know where, somewhere between the Mekong River and Loy, as we're backtracking. Michael's over here and here and here. They're pretty sort of shocked to see a group of Farang coming through, stopping in their little township. Just gave us a bit of advice on traffic conditions and so forth, road conditions, so all good. Yeah, so far the road has been terrible. I can't videotape it all, unfortunately, but yeah, it's been pretty bad. You don't know what you're going to come across when you come around a corner.
It could be mud across the road. It could be water flowing across the road. Slow moving vehicles, tractors, all sorts of things. It's just, yeah, you really got to be careful. Just started raining now, so you have to really take it easy. But yeah, some of the roads are really fun, but you can't push it too hard because you just don't know what you're going to come across. But you can still keep a reasonable pace and have a bit of fun without pushing it too much.
After the first few hours, our group splintered again, as usual, into 3 separate factions, with each pair making their own way at their own pace. Not the ideal situation should one of us have trouble, and this was something that bothered me when we first joined this riding group. But I soon learned that what would be considered bad group riding etiquette where I came from seemed to be perfectly acceptable to our French friends.
Accommodation from last night after
The storms that had been threatening all day finally gave way to a torrential downpour. Streets turned quickly into rivers of water, often several feet deep. By complete fluke, we all happened to be stranded in exactly the same town, Nam Som, in the Udon Thani district. Fred and Pin, who arrived first, had already found all of us a great hotel for the night.
Not a big problem. Yeah, quite nice. You've got air conditioning, hot water, little balcony out here overlooking the fish ponds and so forth. Yeah, really good. I couldn't believe it when I had to pay last night and she said 400 baht. I said, what? Yeah, I think we'll come back here again if we're ever in this area. Alright, so now the plan is today we're going to stop off and get our morning coffee and something to eat. Usual, PTT probably. And then try and make our way to the border station at Nong Khai and for our first trip into Laos, or Lao. That's the plan, if all goes to plan, which it hasn't done so far. But anyway, it's all been good fun. It's been an adventure, that's for sure. First stop of the day, 7 at Nam Son PTT station. Got a small cafe Amazon here as well, but I'll be just eating a banana and whatever else I can grab off the shelf in there. Oh, gotta love 7-Eleven.
With clear skies and an uneventful ride, we soon found ourselves back in Nong Khai. Yes, exactly where we started 3 days before. Using a recommended visa agent, we submitted our documents, paid the money, and were told to wait for a phone call the next day. Finally, things were looking up.
Paperwork is done in the office behind me that is supposed to be a AHA Tourist Express or something, I don't know. I'll put the name in the description probably. But yeah, they've organised all the paperwork for us to get into Laos with the motorcycles. So we're just in the final stages of now getting that organised. That took about 1 day. Probably pay to, if you're going to do it yourself, if you're going to do this yourself, probably pay to do it in advance, unless you've got plenty of time, because we had to spend another night in a hotel here, but no big deal. Nice place, Nong Khai, plenty to see and plenty to eat, lots to do.
You pay already?
Alright, back into it. Back to my story. Yeah, total price was 2,500 for this end of it, which is going to get us basically just through the Thai customs. When we get to immigration for Laos, that's going to be another, not sure, I think it's probably going to be about $60, $80 American, but I'll put that in the video anyway. Alright, we're ready to go, so got to follow this man on the scooter and off we go.
Alright, there we go. No, hey, passing the boundary post. I'm pretty sure that says goodbye, have a good journey or something similar to that. Got to go off the left here by the looks of it. Park the bike. And we're going to go across to one of those booths there.
ชนเลยครับ
Right there, we've got to follow him. This is where I was yesterday, and they told me that, oh, you can't go in, even though I had all the paperwork ready. You can't go in unless you've got a tour group. You need to go talk to my boss. Well, that was in the booth over there. In other words, it's a bit of a setup, guys. Yeah, so basically this is just the part where we get stamped out of Thailand. We'll head on through there, Thai Laos Friendship Bridge, and we'll have to go through immigration on the other side, on the Laos side, and pay the fee. We've got to stop and get the motorcycles checked against the paperwork or whatever. So I've never done this before.
เอาคันไหนก่อนนะ
Did the trip across the Malaysian border last year, and it was a heck of a lot easier than this. You didn't need a fixer for starters, didn't need an agent, and yeah, a lot cheaper too. But this will be an experience, that's for sure. Sort of looking forward to the trip and experiencing Laos. At least it's under the shade here because it's pretty hot outside. Pretty soon, hopefully, we'll be on that bridge over there. Anyway, I'll shut down in case I get told off for using my camera here.
Finally, after days of frustration and confusion, we had passed the last hurdle. We took the obligatory happy snaps, jumped back on our freshly washed bikes, and headed for Laos and the big adventure that would unfold over the coming weeks.
What do we do here? Go that way. Oh, still gonna be timbered. Another big bump there. Can go. Oh dear. I don't know why. Anyway, in front of the truck. Now, finally, after all the paperwork and the money, so let's work out what that cost so far. That's been round about 10,500 plus another 1,200. So what do we got there? 2,700 baht. I think that's about it. There might have been something else or whatever. Probably it. Just to get to this point. The other. We'll be going over the Mekong River on our left and on our right too, of course. What's this? Just about finished here, so it's good high. Hey Nam Pong, it's a Thai call it. So we've got a piece of paper there to say that to get us back to time with the bike. There's nothing weird about it, you might get the bike back in the time. Yeah. Well, it's all been a learning curve so far. And you've got a little bit more idea, of course. Got to get stamped into the lab. Some guy on YouTube, not a guy on YouTube, the guy on YouTube, of course. He went to another border and didn't have the hassle that we've got here. And he said, go to the Laos side first, get stamped in, or make sure you can get stamped in before you get stamped out of Thailand, you'll be with the motorcycle. Otherwise, you just waste the whole heap of money and time. I can see the logic in it, but he obviously had better information than what we've got. So this was really difficult to find out what is actually required here, hence using an agent. And obviously we don't know where to go here, but I'm assuming it'll be one of those big buildings on the left. But not sure. What's it got here? Private car, international bus, tour bus, so off to the right. Maybe. Private car is on the right. As his girlfriend is waving to him to say that's where you go. Yeah, just try and pull into some shade here, I think. Whee, what are you doing? What's going on over here? Into the shade. We've got to go in and get stamped in, I think. Yeah. Yeah, we've done the wrong thing here. We should have gone over there first and then come over. Sorry. Please inform by yourself. I've got a fixer here. It's going to help us, no doubt. As usual. Where are you with? Alright. We've got been tagged by a fixer here. So now we're off to do something.
As it turned out, the fixer appeared to be a free service. No money was discussed, but we gave her something anyway as it made the process so much easier.
Okay, we're just about through. Apparently we've got to get a photograph of the bikes before we were allowed to go into Laos. That's the final step. No idea. I'll come over here, I think. Not sure. Come inside. Oh, yeah, what's it? Really good. Oh, do you want passport? Under the back of the bike. Again. You have?
Cái dập tỉ mà đấy. Có mày bé à? Đúng là xếp nào. Phải bỏ cho sụp hái mì lắm thứ này nữa.
It's a heck of a circus this is, I can tell you. I suppose they've got to check the passport somewhere, don't they, really? But the sign at the front of there, where we got the visa on arrival and stamped, said that's it. You just go straight out, but obviously you don't. You've got to go through this little checkpoint. I think this will be the final step though, or not? Yeah, it does look like this is the final bit, so... all good. Maybe. Can only hope. Alright! It's a hit! We're in Laos. Or Laos, if you want to call it that. Now, we drive on the opposite side of the road here, apparently. So, I've just been reminded of, which I had forgotten. The alright for the other two guys, because they're from France. I believe that's their normal thing that they do.
Ah, the joys of group travel. Not. It was just after this shot was taken that Fred took us by surprise and suddenly veered off the main road to central Vientiane, into a side street filled with enormous potholes, mud holes that looked like mini lakes, and even loose dirt and dust on the dry bits. We followed him as we thought he knew the way to our hotel. I didn't have GPS at this point. Turned out he was leading us all off on some crazy expedition looking for a Mekong River viewpoint. No doubt to appease his still angry girlfriend from their recent argument at the border crossing. I was seething. My bike was freshly washed and gleaming, as was Yvonne's ADV, and we did our best to avoid the muck. Finally, I caught up to him and said, "Where the heck are you going?" "To the Mekong," he replied. "That's in completely the other direction," I said. "You know, that big river we crossed on the bridge from Thailand."
Well, we've arrived. Don't exactly know where we are in the city, but I believe we're a couple of kilometres from the city centre, and we are at the, it's a D at the front of that, Doing Chang Plaza Hotel, however many stories that is. Looks quite nice, worked out at about, I think it was 730 Thai baht for the night. We're going to stay 2 nights, and yeah, we'll be having a look around the city, and yeah, it should be good. Should be good.
With the sun slowly sinking in the west, we put the previous day's issues behind us, retired to our hotel rooms, rested, showered, changed, and made plans to go and explore the riverfront business area of Vientiane. What a contrast that would turn out to be to the rest of the country, all of which you will see in episode 3. Like, subscribe, comment, buy me a coffee, and of course, let me know if you're enjoying this series. Or if you have any tips for our next tour, I would love to hear them. Mike from Moto Touro.
TV, probably got internet, but I don't know yet because we've only just sort of arrived. Got a little balcony here, and it's sun going down over there in the west. So somewhere over that way will be the Mekong River. So that's it, guys. That's Vientiane, capital city of Laos, or Lao, depending on how you pronounce it, where you're from.